finalist
Fights,
isn't
MMA,
able to
66
progress.
kilogram Grand Prix. First to the ring from Poland, Sebastian Romanowski.
So they're the tail of the tape between the two fighters in our first semi-final. 66.7 kilogram MMA bout. Sebastian Romanowski from the Berserkers team from Stargard in northwest Poland. 24 MMA fights under his belt. Record of 14 wins, 9 defeats, and 1 draw from a fighting family. Started wrestling at the age of 6 alongside his brother Thomas, who's 1 year older. That's the man with the cast on his left hand. And his brother Thomas, still an active fighter. He's the number 2 in Poland at 84 kilograms in mixed martial arts. And tonight, and indeed for all of Sebastian's career, he serves as his coach. Like so many siblings in combat sports, they don't compete against each other, nor do they like to be compared to one another. Instead, they support one another in their ambitions and endeavors. Sebastian Romanowski in the first semi-final Grand Prix in this 66.7 kilogram mixed martial arts contest. Mentioned the fact that he's from a fighting family, as well as his brother, still active in combat sports. His grandpa, their grandpa, was a professional boxer. Sebastian Romanowski, fighting in Lithuania for the first time, but no stranger to fighting overseas. He showcased his skills all around the world. He takes up residence in the red corner. To the ring
from Brazil, Gustavo Erak.
Fighting out of the blue corner in this first Grand Prix semi-final is Gustavo Erak, 30 years of age, from Sao Paulo in Brazil. 31 mixed martial arts contests under his belt, winning 24, losing just 7. The Brazilian #1 in and around his weight class. 14 years of fighting experience. Like so many athletes in Brazil, he was first bitten by football, but was intrigued by the art of fighting. His curiosity took him to the Muay Thai gym, and he's never left. He's fought extensively overseas in Brazil, his homeland, United States and Russia in MMA, and he's had Muay Thai bouts in Thailand as well. So no stranger to fighting in both the ring and the cage. He's keen to maximize opportunities by fighting in prominent tournaments such as Blade Fight on the road. You see he's getting some assistance and perhaps some positive vibes from his compatriot Ariston França, who just enjoyed a terrific submission victory in the second round of his contest. And a reserve bout in the event that the winner from this semi-final or the second semi-final cannot contest the Grand Prix final tonight in this mixed martial arts tournament. Well, the stare down between these two fighters, Sebastian Romanowski and Gustavo Erak, at yesterday's press conference was intense indeed. Erak, the shorter of the two fighters, but he fixed his taller opponent with a glare that would have withered concrete. But it was all respect between the two of them. And indeed, there's a sporting touch of gloves there as a spot of capoeira performed over by his blue corner by Gustavo Erak. What a contest we have in store here. The first Grand Prix semi-final.
Introducing first in the red corner, one of the most experienced fighters in the tournament tonight, fighting with Cage Warriors, ACB, KSW, and FEN. A highly respected puncher with great wrestling technique. He can control his rivals, not only in the middle of the ring, but in the corners as well. Representing the Berserkers team from Poland, Sebastian Romanowski. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. As a professional, he brings 24 wins in 32 contests. He's currently ranked as the #1 MMA fighter in Brazil. And he's here tonight to prove that Brazilians dominate in the world of mixed martial arts. Introducing Gustavo Erak. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to fight.
So the referee brings both fighters together for the final instructions.
Listen my command and keep the rules. Good luck, guys. In corner. Hello, corner. Time. You ready? You ready? Go fight!
So two experienced mixed martial arts practitioners facing off in this first Grand Prix semi-final at 66.7 kilograms. 2 5-minute rounds guaranteed with a possibility of a third round at the discretion of the judges and officials in the event the contest is tied after 2 rounds. Roundhouse left leg strike, a low leg strike with the rear leg from Erak in response. Romanowski fighting out of the southpaw stance. Here's a low leg kick once again. Hard right hand of the short variety driven into the body by Erak. He looks for a roundhouse right once again. That was off the mark, but his follow-up left hook was right on the money. And then a roundhouse leg kick to the lead right leg of Romanowski once again. Aggressive start by Erak. Both men remaining in the pocket, exclusively stand-up action to this point with approaching a minute gone. Right hand wasn't too far away from Erak as Romanowski continuing to press. Counter right hand driven in hard to the body after a southpaw right left was fired in by Romanowski. Low leg strike once again, and a beautiful counter right hand out of the orthodox stance, followed by a low leg strike from Erak. Romanowski bulldozes his man into the strands. Erak pinned near his own blue corner. Nudging left hands being fired into the rib cage by Romanowski. Erak with his head threatening to go between the top 2 ropes. And then grabs that rear left leg of the southpaw Romanowski, and another forceful low leg strike driven into the lead right leg once again, twice by Erak. He is targeting that lead right leg to terrific effect with his own low leg strikes. There's the same move once again. And now Erak increasingly confident, talking to his opponent. There's a counter left hand. And the same move once again with the low leg strike to the lead leg of Romanowski. 2 minutes gone, and Erak picking his spots very well. Same move once more, looking to weaken that lead leg, reddening to the face of Romanowski. And again, you saw that rear leg buckle after another right leg strike was driven in by Erak. Same move once again, looking to deaden the lead right leg of his Polish opponent. Effective striking upstairs. Romanowski looking to close the distance, knee driven in by Erak.
Action, action, guys. Action.
So Erak looking to get busy with knee strikes. He's being locked up. The 2 fighters locking one another up in the blue corner. Now he's back at range once again, and once more the leg strike. The leg striking. There's the same shot once again. Really looking to deaden that southpaw lead right leg of Romanowski, turning the tables, and for one of the few times in the round, pinning Romanowski to the ropes. Romanowski turns the tables, front jab with that leg strike from Erak. Erak breathing through an open mouth, but his punch picking and indeed his kicks remaining sharp. That low leg strike doubling over Romanowski, then his chin checked by a right cross, uppercut brought into play by Erak. And the reddened face of Romanowski may well be leaking blood now. So his corner team, his brother, is going to have to work on those injuries when he returns back to the corner, if indeed he makes it back to the corner with 1.5 minutes remaining in this opening session. Action just on the edge of range. Romanowski looking to press once again. Same move once more. Erak has targeted the lead right leg of Romanowski terrifically with his own right leg strikes. Terrific low kicking from the Muay Thai practitioner.
Action, action. Guys, activity.
So the referee allowing the 2 boxers to continue to grapple, and you see him removing the hand of Romanowski from the ropes, as Romanowski looking to hold on to the strands to gain an advantage once again. Knee strike into the lower body of Romanowski from Erak. Romanowski keen to show the official that he's not holding on. Instead, his head is between the top 2 ropes, And now his left arm between the middle two ropes. Looking to get leverage on that knee strike, which was driven in with tremendous force and accuracy to the left leg of Romanowski was Eraki. He's really targeted the body, the lower body of Romanowski to terrific effect. It's going to be interesting to see how the man from Stargard, how his legs hold up in the second round, and indeed if this contest goes into a third round. Counter strikes exchanged upstairs. No leg kick once again from Eraki. Romanowski continuing to press, but Eraki remaining accurate, goes to the mat of his own volition, looking for a takedown. Romanowski was hip to it and counters with a left kick to the ribcage of Eraki, who responded with a right leg kick once again. What an action-packed opening 5 minutes, and this man's kicking was eye-catching and accurate indeed. Repeatedly targeting the lead right leg of Sebastian Romanowski.
Round one.
So some of the action then from that first round. Eraki operating almost exclusively out of his own corner. There was the lead right hand out of his orthodox stance. And what was notable in his stand-up game was the effectiveness of his low kicking, just like that there, repeatedly targeting the lead right leg of the southpaw Romanowski. But Romanowski continued to press and had success of his own. There was a right hook at short range. And this one fought almost exclusively in the stand-up posture. So into the second round we go. So in stark contrast to the opening round, there's another powerful leg kick to the lead right leg, and the same move once again from Eraki. And after starting the second round in the center of the ring, just backing up towards the strands once again, continuing to target the lead right leg, and his own right leg strike has been unerringly accurate, like a metronome. The consistency with which he's found success with that leg strike. Momentarily turned southpaw himself, with Romanowski continuing to remain within his wheelhouse.
Action, action, guys, action.
So, taking an advantage, bring his knee strikes into play is Romanowski. But it's Eraki who responds with a knee strike off the ropes. Same move once again as Romanowski, looking to work the torso of his opponent with his own knee strikes. Terrific accuracy with his lead right leg once again from Eraki. Romanowski looking to work his way inside behind feints. Straight shots exchange from low held guards. A minute and a half gone in this second round. Remember, there is the possibility of a third, but that's in the event of the contest being all square. Eraki enjoyed a terrific first 5 minutes. Put an awful lot into that first round. Who is holding up more effectively in terms of conditioning after the intensity of the first frame.
No activity, guys, no activity.
So Romanowski
Activity,
pinned against the blue turnbuckle. Eraki looking for knee strikes. Targeting that lead right leg once again with his knee, and look where he's setting to bring it from. Switches legs, left knee strike, followed by a right knee strike, all into that lead right leg of Romanowski. For the referee finally calls stop and instructs the fighters to fight in the stand-up position. Eraki retreating to the corner as a good right hand to the body, and a beautiful counter right hand landed over the top from Eraki, and then he performs a takedown move. Romanowski replies from the bottom position with a leg guard. Nudging away with shots to the torso is Eraki. Just working beneath those short ribs on both flanks. Head of Romanowski beneath the ropes. And so now, Romanowski, bit of a weary-legged rise back to his feet, will have to take up the bottom position. And you perhaps got a glimpse of the contusion on the right leg, on the inside of the right thigh of Romanowski. After the terrific accuracy and potency of the knee strikes and leg strikes from Iraqi. So looking to work his way from the bottom position is Romanowski. Iraqi looking to turn this on top position into an advantageous one. Clamping down on that torso, ensuring that he remains on top. Again, continuing to work the body of the man from Stargard. So just over a minute remaining in this second frame, and it's Iraqi who is the aggressor once again. Forceful knee strike into the upper right glute, just looking to weaken those legs further. Terrific work from Iraqi, continuing to get the leverage into these lower body strikes. And Romanowski, a complete disadvantage.
On the ground, on the ground.
And he has to take up the bottom position once again. Iraqi looking to press his advantage further. Looking to strike out of that on bottom position. Here's Romanowski, but Iraqi giving him no respite, continuing to nudge away to both head and body. And tapping strikes from both the left and right flanks. So final 30 seconds. Oh, that's a forceful leg strike. While on the bottom position from Romanowski, caught Iraqi full in the face and his chin wasn't protected. But he remains concentrated and is continuing to seek to press his advantage. Now, for what it's worth, I'd be surprised if this contest goes through to a third round unless something dramatic happens in the final 10 seconds. There's the clapper. But Iraqi has appeared to have the upper hand throughout. He's been more active, more effective with his leg strikes. 2 rounds in the book. And I'd be surprised if we're going to a third. But what say the judges at ringside? Romanowski playing his part in what was an incredibly competitive, committed affair. But Iraqi too feels that he's got the job done inside 2 rounds. The tallies from the scoring judges being collected by the ringside official as we speak. Aidan Power will make his way up into the ring to deliver the verdict shortly, but Iraqi with incredible effective aggression from opening bell right through to the conclusion of the second round. Again, body language often so telling from fighters, rather subdued over in that red corner. And we are going to a third round.
1 minute rest. Okay, 2 minutes rest.
So 2 minutes rest permitted between rounds 2 and 3. Iraqi
2 minutes rest before the extra round.
appears to be rather surprised that we're going through to a third round. He thought he did enough in rounds 1 and 2. So 2 minutes rest permitted between rounds 2 and 3.
Round 2.
And here's some of the action from the second round. Romanowski continuing to press, having some success at short and mid-range. A beautiful right hook fired in out of that southpaw stance by the Polish fighter. So the third and final round underway after 2 torrid 5-minute rounds between these 2 committed operatives. Leg strikes to start the round by Iraqi once again, and then a takedown move performed, which sees him in the on-top position in the ground game. Looking to fashion a leg guard is Romanowski, but again, the busier man on top, striking to the body with both lefts and rights, is Iraqi. So Romanowski's head forced beneath the strands once again, so the referee will call time. Romanowski will return to center ring and have to take up the bottom position in this ground game phase of the contest.
Fight!
Both of these men full-time fighters, but away from his fighting preparation, Iraqi also teaches people in the art of Muay Thai and mixed martial arts. As for Romanowski, well, he is a soldier in the Polish military. The 2 men return to the stand-up posture, knee strikes being exchanged. Left knee strike off the ropes from Romanowski. And he had a decision to make as to whether to attend the inaugural Blade tournament event here, the Blade Fights event, or whether to defend his military MMA title. Chose to make history by competing in this first ever Blade Fights tournament. So someone else will be crowned a military Polish MMA champion. The two events occurring on the same weekend. Knee strike driven in by Iraqi once again.
Stop! No fight!
The fact that Iraqi is no stranger to fighting overseas. That's also the case for Romanowski. The leg strike applied once more, counter flailing left and right from Iraqi. Just seeking to take a breather on that neutral corner turnbuckle, and Romanowski looking to get busy with knee strikes of his own to the lower body and torso of the Brazilian fighter.
No action.
First time fighting in Lithuania for both men, but Romanowski has fought in his native Poland, Russia, Ireland, Sweden, the Czech Republic. Iraqi has fought worldwide as well. As Romanowski looking to get busy and gain leverage on those knee strikes with Iraqi pinned to the ropes. Referee calls time. The action resumes in the space of center ring. There's the lower leg strike, which has served Iraqi so well throughout this entire contest, but Romanowski able to retain his stance despite the contusion that has appeared on the inside of his right leg.
Stop!
So testing the tension or the tensile strength of the strands there. As Romanowski threatened to fall through. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this decisive third round, this discretionary third round, where Iraqi thought that he had done enough. After 2 5-minute frames, that's a solid left hand landed by Romanowski as he charged forward. Lost his stance as he fell in. Iraqi looking to turn the tables and pin his man against the ropes and bring that knee strike into play once again. Iraqi really feeling the pace here, but continues to will his way forwards and apply his strength. And his compatriot France have made their way to the gym this morning, and their exertions of their workout were audible from outside. Here he is under the ring lights, these spectacular ring lights here at the Jalgiria Arena, providing an incredible backdrop for the fighters. He's been tested to the limit by Sebastian Romanowski, both men keen to progress through to the Grand Prix final.
No action, no action. Action.
Grappling being applied for Iraqi. Looks to attempt a takedown move. Romanowski hip to it, retained his stance, digging away to the body. Left hook landed out of the southpaw stance by Romanowski. Iraqi looking to turn the tables once again and pin his opponent to the ropes. But Romanowski grimacing after that lower leg lock has been applied by Iraqi to that bruise. You see him limp out of the confined position after the referee gets them back to the space of ring center. Romanowski pressing his way forward. You see he's having difficulty retaining his stance. He's given so much in pursuit of victory in this contest, and that is why both of these fighters are receiving rapturous applause from the fans in attendance here at the Jalgirio Arena. What a contest to open our Grand Prix series of bouts. Sebastian Romanowski and Gustavo Erak of Brazil giving absolutely everything, and there's evidence of that contusion suffered by Romanowski on his right leg, because Gustavo Erak targeted his right leg repeatedly, first with lower leg strikes of the kicking variety, then bringing knee strikes into play. But my goodness, the competitive spirit of both of these men, admirable to say the least. Romanowski has given absolutely everything in pursuit of victory. His legs would have been severely weakened tonight. Such was the accuracy and intensity of the leg strikes applied by his opponent, Gustavo Erak. We had to go to a discretionary third and final round. How have the judges scored this one? Erak thinks that he's done enough. But what say the judges?
All is good. Okay.
So Aiden Power
Ladies and gentlemen,
hustling
one
his
more
way up
time
to
for
the
your
ring apron.
incredible competitors after 3 grueling rounds of mixed martial arts. We now go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge tonight scores the bout 26-30. Your second judge scores the bout 27-30. And your third judge scores the bout 28-30. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, Gustavo Erak.
So there's confirmation of a unanimous point decision verdict for Gustavo Erak, the 30-year-old Brazilian, getting the nod from all 3 judges. But it went to the third discretionary round, a grueling contest indeed against Sebastian Romanowski. Wonderful to see that sportsmanship between the 2 fighters. And up into the ring with words of consolation for the conquered is the Blades Fights president, Romaldas Klimavicius. So now Gustavo Erak, who receives a trophy for prevailing in this semi-final, is going to have to rehydrate, rest and recover, because he'll be appearing in the final after a unanimous point decision verdict over Sebastian Romanowski. Let's hear from him.
Tonight, more importantly for you, it puts you into the tournament final. How do you feel after that grueling contest?
Primeiramente, eu quero agradecer a oportunidade de lutar nesse grande evento aqui na Lituânia. Obrigado, Lituânia. Thank you. Quero agradecer esses caras ao meu lado. Primeiramente, eu agradeço a Deus por tudo, todas as pessoas ao meu redor. Amor, Alice, papai te ama. Amor, te amo. Pai, mãe, é pra vocês, eu amo vocês. Me perdoa por tudo. Galera de Indaiatuba, meus alunos, thank you. Obrigado vocês, amo muito vocês. E tamo junto. Vitória!
Can you translate, please?
Yes. First thing, thank you, God. Thank you, Roman. You support the event. Thank you, Lithuania. You people, and Gustavo, Ariston. I love you guys. Gustavo, it's long talk. Thank you. This champion the night. this champion of the night. Thank you, Lithuania.
We shall see. Thank you very much. Gustavo Eraki back later on. Let's see highlights of that incredible fight.
So some of the highlights from that first incredible semi-final. Gustavo Eraki content to operate out of the corner for the majority of the first round. Lead right hand out of that orthodox stance was solid indeed on repeated occasions, but what was notable in his stand-up game was that move right there, the lower leg kick to the lead right leg of the southpaw Sebastian Romanowski. Romanowski competed every second of the way. Success with his right hook out of that southpaw stance, and was particularly effective with his strikes and punches at short and mid-range. There's another example of the lead right hand, counter right hook, encouraged by his brother and his coach, Thomas Romanowski, from the red corner. I thought that Eraki had done enough. Beautiful counter. Lead right hand out of the orthodox stance. And after 10 minutes of fighting, after 2 concluded rounds, I thought that Eraki had done enough to render the third and discretionary round moot. But the judges at ringside said otherwise, and we went to a third round. And at the end of it, it was Eraki declared a unanimous point decision victor. And there is the moment of confirmation. So certain were he and his corner that a third round wouldn't be